So Mum was diagnosed in, oh goodness me, let me see, January 2013. Um, we had been to visit the doctors 2 years previous to that because things were a bit different at home. There were things she was forgetting, and again, you weren't too sure whether it was old age or whether there was a problem. And things like cooking, she couldn't quite remember recipes, things that she could pop into the kitchen and just do straight off the top of her head. So yes, we took her for a diagnosis. Don't think she was too keen. I think she might have been slightly aware that it was happening. But yes, so there we are. That was when Mum was diagnosed. So it's 7 years ago. I think what I remember most about Mum would be the sociability. Very sociable lady. Would be out. She was down at the church. She was part of Ladies' Guild. She was part of the Women's Fellowship. Very kind, very loving. Although there was the strictness when we were children, you didn't cross Mum. I think we probably could get away with a few more things with Dad, more so than we could Mum. Mum definitely, you knew your boundaries, definitely with Mum. But good with it, I mean, it was very fair. You could fully understand why she was stopping you doing something and what have you. So, yeah. I think back to obviously when I used to be at home, teenager, Sundays and Saturdays as well, really. We would find ourselves in the kitchen. Definitely Mum and I think my sister would come and join in as well. But learnt a lot in the kitchen. Mum was a great cook, family cook. Always a meal on the table. So yes, roast on a Sunday. But we were out there with her because she would make a lot of cake stuff. Made her own preserves, jam, marmalade. Of course, we'd have to go and pick all the fruit beforehand. There were the fruit bushes in the garden, so we would do that together. So, yeah, cooking beside Mum. I learned a lot from Mum. That lady's taught me everything I can do. Not only is she my mum, she was my best friend. Have lost Mum. This is the thing. Although I still have her embody all those good times that we had. I remember. I don't think she does. She wouldn't. We hit the problem sometimes that she doesn't actually know who I am. So, but I've got lots of memories, and yeah, maybe I'm a bit angry at times and it's not with Mum. It's obviously with the illness, isn't it? That's what's taken her from me. We're now 6 years on. It's a struggle. It really is a struggle. My day has to revolve around Mum. I have to have a routine to help her, to help me, to make sure we get everything done. So it's, yeah, as I say, it is a struggle. Fortunate enough to have Mum visit the Venton Centre the 5 days a week. This is a real blessing. It's a godsend. It really is. Because I found it very difficult to drive away the first couple of times, but she is safe. She's looked after. She's well fed. It's a lovely atmosphere in there. It's like home from home. Even I feel at home. In fact, when I take Mum in, sometimes I'll stop and have a cup of tea with everybody, a little bit of banter. If I've had a bad day, bad start to the day, there's always somebody there that will listen. Yes, I've been in there and had a few tears and a cup of tea, and I come away feeling much better. So yeah, great place. It's helped me very much more, as well as it is also helping Mum on a daily basis. Yeah. I have to say, I think probably Mum now is in definitely mid to late stages of the Alzheimer's, and it's made quite a bit of difference. I don't get conversations now with her. They are long gone. She's doesn't really want to do very much at all. I think she would much prefer to sleep, which I will leave her to do. And I think one of the more difficult things I have found is the fact that there are times when she really doesn't know who I am. And she would be quite happy just to sort of stay in bed. Yeah, I don't have Mum. I don't have her to talk to. So there's a couple of incidents when you sort of can see Mum, and then you can see that it isn't Mum. She really doesn't know. Interesting one the other day, we had dressing in the bedroom. Now Mum's bedroom has a mirrored wardrobe, and the chair is beside the wardrobe, so she can see in the mirror. So we're waving at each other and all the rest of it, being a bit silly. And I sort of said to her, I said, so who are you waving at? Well, I'm waving at you. She obviously could see it was me. So I said, well, in that case, I'll wave at you. But when she looked into the mirror, oh, that's not me. She just didn't recognise it as herself. She doesn't see herself as being 90. She thinks this, I'm sure she thought the reflection was possibly maybe her mother, I don't know. But she didn't recognise that as herself. So, yeah, I'll sort of say, well, you're quite happy about that, is that all right? Oh, yes, I'm glad, she says. And I make the funny where I say, oh, I really thought you were Margaret. And I can see the smile, and that humour is still there. Every so often you can just touch on it. And it's lovely to see it, but you don't get it that often. It's a difficult one to find, trying to find Mum. Some days are a struggle, yeah. And I do get some time to myself. It is a job that, yeah, maybe in a way I do enjoy doing. Yeah, our roles have been reversed. Mum spent all those years looking after me, bringing me up, and now I'm just helping her through the last months, years of her life. And in a way, I'm glad I can do it. I'm quite proud to think that I've managed to keep her home for a while, looking after her. It's a challenge, but I'm fortunate I still have Mum in a funny way. But yeah, I've still got Mum.